Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are deciding what we're going to be doing on the channel over the next few weeks / months for the next career mode. So I've narrowed it down to two ideas. The first idea is a lower team in the Premier League, and then the other idea is a Bundesliga side. So I'm not going to be doing a vote on the team. I'm going to be doing a vote on what league you would prefer. Now, we've just finished a career mode with Arsenal in the Premier League, so maybe some of you want me to move to the Bundesliga, but some of you, I've been seeing tweets, some comments, people want me to use a lower rated team. So maybe I could stay in the Premier League and go with a couple of teams that I'm going to show you in a minute. So first of all, there's a few that I don't want to be. Like, for example, I don't really want to play with Hull City. I don't really want to play with Leicester because, for me, they're still a big team in this game because obviously they won the Premier League. Let's keep going here. Middlesbrough wouldn't be a bad idea, but there's one team that really interests me at the moment, and that is Watford. So that would definitely be a consideration for me. Other teams like Swansea, I'd be more than happy to do a Swansea career mode. West Brom maybe. West Ham would be a good one. Again, similar to Leicester, I don't feel like West Ham are a small team, but based on their league position at the moment, you know, they're not doing so well. Maybe that could be a good idea. Otherwise, you know, Bournemouth, I'm open to doing Bournemouth, but we've already done them before. Burnley, I'm not too interested in. So those are kind of the options, guys. So if you want to see one of these teams, then please do vote with the description. There's a link to a poll over on my Twitter. You can vote and have your say whether you want me to stay in the Premier League or go to the Bundesliga. But like I said, if we stay in the Premier League, it's going to be with a lower rated team. Let's have a look at our Bundesliga options. I definitely want to go to the Bundesliga first division, not the second division. I want to play with someone in the, in the actual Bundesliga top flight. There's quite a few options here. I don't really want to play with Dortmund. I've already played with them. I don't want to play with Mönchengladbach. There's a couple though that I really do like the look of. Leverkusen, for example, would be a good career mode. What else we got? RB Leipzig. Now, they would probably be my first choice just because of the story right now and how they're getting on in the Bundesliga. But I know for a fact they are not very popular, and I really don't want a repeat of, if you think back to my Rangers career mode, where, you know, if you do a controversial team, you know, Leipzig winning the Bundesliga at the moment, and they've had money ploughed into them. Not many people like them, but also I've seen a lot of people saying, why don't you try and replicate what they're doing? So definitely a possibility, but it might not go down so well. Not going to do Schalke or Wolfsburg. Maybe Berlin, that would be a good one. Hertha Berlin. We've got Bremen as well. We could get Gnabry in form in our career mode. We can also play with maybe Darmstadt. There's quite a few. Hamburg would interest me, and Hoffenheim. So I think the Bundesliga offers more choice. But I'm kind of warming to doing something like Watford in the Premier League. I'm enjoying playing in the Premier League, and, you know, with the latest up-to-date graphics and things like that. So what I'm going to do now, let's have a look at the Watford lineup and maybe a couple of other teams and just see who we would be using. So up front, we would have Dini and Ighalo. Very good partnership. We've got Pereira from Juventus in the middle there with Capoue and Birami. Capoue is actually the top scoring midfielder in the Premier League this season, isn't he? Which is a bit of a surprise. Obviously more known as a defensive midfielder. Holebas there, Britos, Prodal, Kabul, Amrabat, and Gomez. I wouldn't be going with a 5 at the back formation. I feel like I would completely change this team up in terms of formation, but they've got so many good players in there that I want to use. For example, Success. Hopefully he'd bring us success. We've got Janmaat from Newcastle. We've got some really, really good players. JJ, I can't remember how you say his name. Actually was a cheap signing I used to get quite a lot in the last FIFA, and he's actually moved to Watford. We've got youngsters like Kennedy, not too bad. We've got Sinclair. Is he someone that maybe we could get into training? I can see potential here, guys. I like the look of the squad. I think we would have a lot of fun with it. It'd be very different. I haven't done a career mode where it's kind of a team that's relatively successful in the Premier League, but doesn't win trophies, doesn't go down in relegation fights, just kind of in the middle. Maybe Watford would be a good choice. Moving over to West Ham now. Now, the biggest reason I would like to do West Ham is because of the new stadium. But not only that, they've got a really, really nice squad. They've actually gone with Ayew up front, apparently, recently. Antonio, of course, a real beast. Byram there. Defence could be improved. The midfield maybe a little bit as well. And, of course, the King, Payet, and on the bench they've got quite a few strong players there. Zaza, I know he's only on loan. I definitely wouldn't be keeping hold of him. Carroll, hate defending against him, but also hate playing with him. But maybe this year he's a bit better. We've got Tora, of course. We've got he's on loan as well, isn't he? We've got Arbeloa, for example, a bit of experience in the side, still worthy of getting into that first team maybe. Some brilliant young players like Oxford. We've got Feghouli, of course. There's a lot of great players in this team, and I think we could do something with that. I think we should be aiming for, Europa League and then Champions League, and maybe it would be a solid 2 or 3 seasons before we get anywhere with this team. But I think West Ham would be a good choice as well. Now moving over to the Bundesliga, guys, and I'm looking at Hertha Berlin's squad here. Now, Hertha Berlin are one of those teams that I've always wanted to do a career mode with, but never got around to doing it. So maybe now is the time. They've got a really nice starting squad there, although they're missing one of my favourite players. Where is he? Darida. I love Darida in this game, so for me he would play in midfield, preferably there, and then maybe we move a Cam in instead, like Stocker, but you get the idea. I like Hertha Berlin's stadium as well. That's always a big thing for me. And they've got nice kits. They've got Weiser, the ex-Bayern Munich guy. He's actually very, very good in this game now. Can play at right back and right mid. We've got lots of versatile players, actually. A really good defender in Brooks. We've also got... Where is he? Where's the other centre-back? Stark. That's the guy I'm talking about. He's got a very nice potential. So I think, again, this could be a good team to do with over 2 or 3 seasons, building them up and maybe getting them into the Champions League. And actually, I think Hertha Berlin would be my #1 choice in the Bundesliga. But of course, the other team I mentioned was RB Leipzig, and I'm very on the edge about this because although I think it would actually be a really good career mode, a challenging career mode, because trying to match what they're doing right now with a squad like that in the Bundesliga would not be easy. But I do know I would get a lot of dislikes in the first few episodes, and I know a lot of people would probably unsubscribe because they don't like the team. But I guess all I can say is I can promise to you guys that I would actually try and... I think I would train this squad. I think I would invest in the youth development, and I wouldn't necessarily go ahead and buy loads of huge players like they possibly might. I think this could be a bit of a gem, but I do understand if people don't like it. So maybe you could leave your comments below. Maybe you could tweet me as well and let me know your thoughts on possibly doing an RB Leipzig career mode. But those are the 4 options. But of course, guys, there is always the option to play my Arsenal career mode into Season 3, maybe at the same time. I'm thinking maybe I could do an almost mini-series of Season 3 where all I do is play the Champions League fixtures. We've won the Premier League. I'm not really interested in the FA Cup and League Cup now that I've done the Champions League and the Premier League, but I would like to do a Season 3 at some point. I was thinking about this last night. I was thinking of ideas, maybe trying to do both of them at the same time. So maybe I could do the Bundesliga career mode or the lower Premier League team, at the same time uploading this Season 3 Champions League games only. So maybe that is an option. So make sure you vote, guys. Down below there is a link to a tweet on my Twitter. Make sure you follow me while you're out there. I'm always asking for advice and ideas of players and signings and things like that over on my Twitter. So please do follow as you're voting, and we'll see what happens. The new episode will start as soon as I know what team I fancy doing. I want to make sure it's a team that I want to do as much as it's a team that you guys want to watch. So thank you for all of the support, guys. Make sure you smash the like button if you've enjoyed the Arsenal career mode and you're looking forward to a new series, and I will see you when it begins soon.